Hello. I was like, I looked back behind me. I was like, did I pick up everything? I did. I'm just making sure. I don't know who's gonna pop up. I don't know how slow it'll be today, but let's see. Reading. And I kind of went a little crazy with the subtitle on this one, but you know what? If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you're just not that demographic. Thank you. Okay. I don't know how the audio sounds for you guys. I don't know how the music sounds for you guys, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it sounds. So yeah. What else? I got my water. I should be ready. If I forgot something, oh well. Let's do some readings. On a reading. I'll probably have to spit this gum out because I know that's bad etiquette to chew into the mic, but I'm not in the mic. I don't know. Also, is the fan bothersome? I hope not. If it is, oh wow. Hello, Lizelle T. You've been on my channel before, right? Also, I got a haircut. I said, just shave the sides. You know. Essentially. But, you know, that's how it is. That's how it is. I said, I want that, what is it? I want that mullet that guys be having these days. And I got it. Oh, happy birthday, Lizelle. A birthday reading? Are we going to do a birthday reading? Are we going to do a birthday reading? Birthday reading? Or no, are you okay? Are you okay with not having a birthday reading? It's okay, I won't do a birthday reading. It's alright. What is coming towards you in love? Okay, but like, when are people going to start asking, when am I gonna go get love, you know? I'm just kidding. Let's see. What deck to use? What to use? I have this deck out, but I don't think I'm gonna use it. I need to put it away. Let's see. Out. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna change perspectives here real quick. Boom. Hi, hello, how are you? I feel like, can I change that? I should change that. Oh, give me a second. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. While I fix this. Well, can't really fix it. Give me a sec. I'm like, I can't really fix it like that. Hold on. I'm like, I want to get as much of the map as possible. That's the name of this game here. Without showing you my thighs. Should have done this before, but I like had to remove it because my old arm broke. And now, yeah, there we go. Much better. Let's see. I feel like a good guy will seriously love me soon. Let's see what the cards have to say to that. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you do. Everybody is deserving of a good, loving, and respectful relationship, you know? Also, I woke up and I had like a splinter in my finger. I don't know how to describe it. It's on my thumb, but I don't know what it is. But it doesn't hurt when I shuffle cards, so that's the only thing that matters. So let's see. Let's see here. The classic, who is coming towards me? And that's like, Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Let's see. Let's keep my comments to myself. We're gonna keep it like a simple 3-card reading. Right? Yeah. Okay. Is the music fine? Is it too loud or no? Or what? It's okay. It's just okay. Wow. Anyways, let's see. Queen of Cups, okay. Five of Swords, and then reversed. And the Page of Cups. Okay, what's at the bottom of the deck, though? Justice. Okay. Okay. So obviously with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups, we have this emotional realm taking focus here. But in terms of like seeing anyone in particular, it's probably someone that you're not paying attention to. If the Queen of Cups is you, the Page of Cups is behind you, offering something to you, but you're focusing on something grander, you know. I think it's you know, so yeah. Between you though is the Five of Swords. Maybe perhaps someone from the past. It's always someone from the past. They're coming back, and listen, after the Five of Swords reversed, I don't think you want to go through that. But I think the Justice at the bottom of the deck is kind of asking, was it fair? Was this the right move? And it could be you're looking for love in all the wrong places. It could be as simple as that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I mean, it depends on how bad this ex was. And listen here, he may be coming back, but that doesn't mean you're gonna get into a relationship with him again, right? Again, when it's coming into focus of your love life, what's coming towards you, this is what is coming towards you, you know? This question is a very passive one, rather than where are you looking for love? What are you gonna, you know, where is your proactive approach to finding love? Because you know, may I ask who's coming towards me in love? That's a very like, I expect the man of my dreams and the man that I love to fall on my lap, and that's not how it's gonna happen. I've learned that the fun way. I'll say. And that's one aspect. But it does answer the question of, yeah, someone is coming towards you in love, and it's probably someone that you're not really interested in. And it's probably someone that, I mean, the Page of Cups in the Rider Waite Smith, I don't really see him as a very mature figure, which I don't think any man is emotionally mature. But with the Five of Swords between you two, it doesn't necessarily show good vibes and good connection, you know, good vibrations. you know, especially with the Five of Swords reversed. It's just, I just don't like. I don't like it. So I'm just thinking of like X coming back because they're all pointing towards that way, they're all facing towards the past, you know. So yeah, of course, and of course, I'm always right. Liz LT, I'm always right. I've never been wrong, ever in my live streams, ever. I'm just kidding. I have been right. So I have been. Wait, no, I have been wrong in the past, but yeah. No, I'm just. Search in other places. Look to different spaces for people to meet. You know, that's the best that I can offer. You're welcome. Let's see. One more card. One more card just for fun. Just for fun. Let's see. Protect. You see. Okay. This kind of ties in with the closed cup of the Queen of Cups. It seems that you gotta be secure in yourself, you know, of when you open yourself up again, you could end up to situations like this with the Five of Swords reverse. And yeah, it's this you gotta learn to protect yourself, which I mean, it's difficult for women in the world these days. Just hearing stories from like my sisters and my cousins, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how do people put up with that? Anyways, well, I guess they don't, but how have we not like solved this problem already? Anyways, let me not get into a feminist anti-patriarchal rant on live stream right now. So yeah, okay. So, what else? Hello, Igor. Shouldn't you be working? I'm like, isn't this time for you to be working? I'm like, he's not working. Get him. Get him. Wait. I'm like, wait a second. Oh, wait, no, you. I'm reporting you. What company do you work for again? I'm just kidding. I'm like, no one wants to hop on and chat these days. I'm just kidding. Drag her. Let's see. What else are we gonna talk? Oh, right. You wanna know what? Igor, I'm gonna talk shit about Travis McHenry. No, I don't want to talk shit. I don't want to be that person. Not to talk shit, but more like to ask the valid questions of how has his decks become so popular? Can we talk about that? Because shout out to you. Thanks again for sending this deck to me, Igor. But I mean, I have questions. I'm like, I see where the deck was going, but what it did it's just not, I just don't like it. Hello, Louis Felipe. Hold on, let's get a good look at this profile pic. Okay. I knew many Louises in life. No, I think this wasn't mass market first. This set came out independently. And it's a question of like, why are we having serial killers next to victims, I would say. Would they be like victims and of uh history? You know, like I think we have it's like some pretty heinous people, and it's like, how are we to relate to these figures? And I guess people can say, well, that shadow work, you just gotta no, that's not all shadow work, you know. I just don't know why, because this is a problem with a lot of his decks. The only other deck that I'm like really curious to see about, and it's more of a practical thing, and even then, who knows how it'll work for what I want to work with it for, and that's the Egyptian Star Oracle, you know, where it's the 36 decans, you know. All right, nice. Is it like how far is it, Igor, from you? Like, but back to Travis McHenry, how he, with every deck that comes out, people seem to get really excited for them. I'm doing a lot of this because I'm like, people seem to get really excited for them and like gush about them when they unbox them, but I don't think I've ever seen them actually read with them. And I think when you look at every deck individually as a project as a whole from Travis McHenry, they kind of are letdowns and mediocrity, or mediocre letdowns, I think is a better way to say it. Yeah, like with every person on there, it's just, some of them are like, okay, yeah, there are magicians and martyrs, but is he calling madmen on here? Like, are we talking about like Aleister Crowley being a madman, or Jodorowsky madman, or who else? I'm trying to think of who of other figures, even a woman. The name a woman. For $1, name a woman. But what was it? Yeah, the Fool card is a really good example. It's like what is this? Why this? Oh, that's good. Well, welcome, Luis. You're in good hands. I'm here to talk shit about other decks though, but also do readings. I can direct you. I can give you sources, Luis. I love giving sources. I love telling people, if you're a beginner, use this, what you should avoid, what you should be aware of. I want to do a beginner series and get back into doing actual videos and all that, and just be used to doing that, you know, and not just do live streams. So who knows? But anyways, the only good thing about this book, about this deck, is that it informed me about figures from history that I had no idea even existed, and that's it. That's the only redeeming quality of this deck. So here we're talking about James Douglas, the 3rd Marquis of Queensberry. So y'all can look that up. I don't want to read this, but it involves cannibalism, and we'll leave it at that. Then you have Faust for the Magician. Okay, but honestly, with a deck like Magicians, Martyrs, and Madmen, how do you choose between, say, Crowley, Rasputin, John Dee, and several other magician figures from history? But I do like the choices for like the High Priestess, and even the what was the other one? There's another one in here. But yeah, and then yeah, like the Mary Laveau for the High Priestess, which, okay, yeah, I was expecting more rebellious histories of rebellious figures in history from this deck, like Aleister Crowley, or who else? I'm trying to think. There was quite a few in here that I was like, oh, okay, but no, it's more so, oh, these are just actual terrible human beings. These are just terrible humans from history. and I can't really relate to them. And I'm like, yeah. The Hierophant, I think, is probably a Spaniard conquistador, probably. Tomás de Torquemada was a Dominican friar who was appointed Grand Inquisitor of Spain in 1483. He was known through Europe as the Hammer of Heretics, the Light of Spain, the savior of his country, the honor of his order. Tomás convinced the King and Queen of Spain that the country was under threat from Jews and Muslims, pretending to be Christians. They authorized him to arrest hundreds of heretics, who were then tortured and executed. His tribunals were so effective in their dispensation of righteous justice that Pope Alexander VI took notice and sent a team of assistant inquisitors to relieve Tomás of his authority. I'm like, what a good... Yeah, I love that I can really latch onto that history story and learn about tradition, teaching, a figurehead that I can look to when I want advice for something. You know, I love that, you know. Let's see. Tomás was not only a Grand Inquisitor, he was also the personal confessor of Queen Isabella. His dual roles required him to be both a fiery denouncer of heretics and a gentle shepherd to his flock. There are the two faces of the Hierophant, and the two sides present in every... Wait, there are two faces of the Hierophant, and the two sides present in every religion. That's a tech word there. It needs to say two sides are present in every religion. The Hierophant represents religion, religious dogma, and rigidity in beliefs. It can also indicate marriage or mercy in a reading. Any spirituality suggested by this card will have an attachment to the physical world. The gentle shepherd, of course, counters all of the nasty stuff. He's like, oh, he's this gentle shepherd. He throws that line in there, but it's like, okay, but can you show me an example of a gentle shepherd? Like, you know? I'm like, okay, yeah, no, we're not gonna. It's several things like that, and I expected a bit more nuance, right? Would that be accurate to say? A desire for nuance from this deck? But anyways, enough of that. I'm like, and his decks seem to lack, like, again, why? Oh yeah, and then the Titanic for one of the... I don't get it. All of a sudden we have the ship randomly. They had no idea what to put for the tower. Like, huh? You know? But anyways, back to you, Luis. Where are you at with tarot? What have you... Where do you feel comfortable with yourself in your tarot journey? What are like some of the biggest questions that you have for tarot? Right, it's a nice gimmick, and I think you can really do something with that. I think if you're gonna do something like that, it would require you having to design meanings based on the depictions on those paintings and reintegrate those into the cards themselves rather than shoehorning the images into the meanings of the tarot. And I don't know. It's just Charles Henry, good for your success, but I think this is where critical thinking could really help people, buyers of tarot, really help like keeping decks like that off the market or perhaps keeping them independently published, because I'm sure people do work with his decks and can actually get something out of them, but for them to be as popular and well loved as other decks, I don't see it. And that's me and that's just little me shouting from my little box up here. So yeah. Yeah, or do an oracle as such, or call it. I don't mind it being called a tarot and for it to be 78 cards with the suits and all that, and have the the hints towards a tarot dynamic, but like for example, the Cosmovisions by James R. Eads, that is a good example of a tarot that isn't necessarily your traditional tarot, but yet when you read the guidebook to Eads' Cosmovisions, it's still Rider-Waite-Smith meanings, and it was very disappointing to me. So I'm like, now I'm gonna have to go through and think up of my own meanings for these cards, because I'm like, perhaps not. I'm reading the Magician for this Raven here, and I'm like, what are we doing here? You know? Anyways, yeah, Dreams of Gaia is good as a unique tarot, though different. Yeah, let's see. I think I have a hard time making a story out of the cards I'm saying. I've been learning both the regular tarot and the Lenormand. I think you have to think of them. What would be the best way to say it? I'm thinking of like comic book panels. I think I would spend every morning before school reading the comic strips on the newspapers, and that was one of my favorite things to do. And I loved how on Sundays they were full color. Comic strips, and there were the funnies or whatever. I can't remember what they were, but I enjoyed them. They were a bright part of my childhood, and that I think kind of may have helped retrospectively of being able to see, you know, scene 1, scene 2, and then scene 3. You know, it's like that's kind of how it is, you know, though of course the court cards are probably like the worst to show in this example, so yeah. I'm just yapping, Brittany. What's your question? I'm like, it's a pretty slow stream today, so I'm just helping Luis with some tarot stuff, but I'm also here to do readings. You know what, we can do it right now, Luis. Brittany, you're gonna be a guinea pig. I still struggle with court card. I think if you ask anyone, ask everyone here, that they will, and they will say, any tarot reader, they're gonna say, oh, court card. Like, court cards are the bane of every reader's practice, you know. But, you know, like the pages in particular, for me, always, I'm like, what? Come on, brain. Think of a meaning. Think of an interpretation of this. Yeah, but anyways, Brittany, what's your question? I'll show you. I'll give you an example with Brittany's question. Yeah, and I know a bit of Lenormand, but Lenormand I haven't really worked. With. Yeah, but if you like Lenormand more, and you think that's a bunch, then stick with that. I think we need more Lenormand readers, and I think it needs to be more popularized. But for me, I love my tarot. I love my oracle. I would like to get more into Lenormand, but yeah. Though I also blame the books, etc. Almost every one of them start with court cards are the hardest cards, which makes you already have a bet. Yeah, and which I thought of that right now when I said it out loud. I'm like, oh, they're like the bane of every tarot, but I'm like, no, you actually shouldn't. Just play with the elements here, okay? And that's how it is. Let's see. When will I have money coming towards me? You got a job, Brittany? That's me too. I'm asking the same questions too, bro. I'm in the same boat as you. Where are they hiring, Brittany? Let me know. Also, Luis, what decks do you work with particularly? What decks do you have for tarot? Because that's another thing. Like, sometimes people will have some decks that I'm like, oh, well, that's why. You know, and maybe it's just how your brain is hardwired to be like, you know what? I actually don't really like reading with pictures and images like the Rider-Waite-Smith. I think it just might as well just read based off of number and suit meanings and go off of that. and use a Marseille style of tarot. Let's see. I want to use this. I might use something else. I'm gonna stick with my gut. Ow. Ow. I just kicked. I didn't even kick the desk. How did that ever? Oh my gosh. Okay. We're good. Are we good? Are you still with me? Is everyone here? Is everyone okay? Right? Okay, good. Ah, wild unknown. Give it a few years and then come back to it, and then you'll see. You'll see it's very different. Oh yeah, the hurricane is also coming to Florida. I hope I send my thoughts and prayers to Florida. All we can do is pray for her now, you know. Yeah, everybody goes through that, Luis. I'm still at times I still get decks, but but back then I was very much like, I need a new one. What's the next one? I was on the motherfucking pulse for any new deck that's coming out, and now I see a deck, and not that comes out, and I'm like, are we really wasting cardstock on this? Does this really need to be published? Anyways. I use the Seventh Sphere. I need to look at that one. That one's, I've heard of that one, but no images come to mind of it right now. Anyways, back to you, Brittany. We're going to show Luis how it's done. Oh, we got the Princess of Discs. Love that. Very, very much like grounded in the environment that she's in. Okay, I like her. She's great for this. Okay, what exactly she's entailing particularly, I wish I could say. Oh wait. Let's see. Okay, the Eon. Great change is coming. I think I might be saying, be careful for change that you're asking for. Let's see. The Two of Cups, love. You know what they say? It's not what you know, but who you know. Maybe perhaps someone that you've known, maybe a partner, a friend, a colleague of some sort is going to help you find a job, i.e. there's work there. Or money's going to come from someone, a gift of some sort perhaps, you know. There's that. Because again, it's not necessarily about work, but it's money, you know. Let's see. And then bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. It's we don't like this. This is a very like, wait, let things happen to me. Taking a step back, hand off the steering wheel. No, girl. Get those hands back on that steering wheel. Okay. All right. Right? Right or right? Right or wrong? No, we don't like that at all. Of course. Right. But I do like her. She's a really, I'm getting positive vibes from her. Call it my intuition, call it my third eye, I don't care. But she looks, the Princess of Discs, Earth of Earth, we like that. You know, we like to see her. She is definitely like, it gives me the vibe of like you've hit rock bottom and now there's only up. There's no way. There's nowhere else to go but up, you know. So I like it. I think things are gonna change, but it may come in a way that you may not be comfortable with. Or you may not like, especially with the Eon reverse here. You know? It seems that change is gonna come, but it's not whether I don't think it's a positive change. It could be a step back. Sometimes you have to go backwards to go forwards, you know. Sometimes you're gonna be like, wait a second, what's that over there? You gotta turn around. You gotta turn around and take care of some things. Let's see. Sorry, I'm checking my phone. Oh! Okay. Anyways. So yeah. Okay, maybe not the best example for Luis to see how a reading is done, but it's just because I really like this deck for this reading. I feel like I needed to use this one. Let's see. So to go back to Luis, Seventh Sphere. I need to see what that looks like. Oh, that's Labyrinthos, right? Yeah, Labyrinthos. I should have read the chat. You're welcome, Brittany, and thank you for stopping by. Yeah, you say I have the apps. I have the Golden Thread and the other one. I think did I have 3 apps? Let me see. Hopefully you guys don't see anything inappropriate on my phone. Yeah, I have the Luminous Spirit Tarot, the Labyrinthos app, the Ma'at Tarot, and the Journey into Egypt app. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, I like the Labyrinthos stuff. They have that. I think if you're going to get that's a good resource. I recommend. Yes. What does Seventh Sphere look like? Is that one their Marseille or their Thoth deck? I'm Googling real quick. Seventh Sphere battle. I just need images, Google, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, this is the Rider-Waite-Smith one. Yeah. Yeah. This is good. This is good for Rider-Waite-Smith. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, they have a Lenormand. Yeah. I don't know. Have they come out with anything else? Let me see. My gum is losing its flavor. Ooh, what's this? Tarot of the Velvet Moon. They have the Seventh Sphere Astrology, which is like their astrology deck. I like the Arcana Iris Sakura Tarot. I've been eyeing that one for so long, but I just never pulled the trigger on it. That one and the Claves Astrologique astrology oracle deck. That one I also really want. And they have a Lenormand, but I'm like, a Lenormand, you don't want to do too much with a Lenormand. You just want to keep Lenormand minimal, you know? Oh, they have the tarot and astrology set for how much? $200. They're crazy. Let me look at this one. Nope, I don't want to add it to cart. I'm not buying anything. I don't have money to buy for that. If you'd like to support this channel, please don't forget to use the super chat function. Or yeah, whatever. Is this out? I guess? Why am I only seeing like 4 cards? Okay. It's kind of no. Let's speed this up. Oh, that's terrible shuffling. No, I'm sorry. I'm watching a video right now. Also, what is this? It's quality, please. Thank you. Free companion app. Yeah, of course. Reversible backs. The backs look cute, of course. I like the square shape of it. I like how it's there. This probably looks like there's a deck that looks like that. But yeah. Let me see here. With that being said, I also learned with a very advanced deck as well. I used the Marielle Tarot. That's a very notorious deck for being really out there, but I love it still, and it's still great. It just how it works just makes sense to me, and it definitely made me the reader that I am today. Oh, the Leno, because it was on sale. Box misprint was okay. That's a good deal, but I'm $200 for both, for the Iris Sakura and the Oracle. I'm like, cool. Anyways, I need to spit this gum out. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. For a show for Luis, you could do another general for me. All right. You just want to get general readings all the damn time. And you know I don't like them. That's another thing. Do you do readings for others, Luis, or is it just for yourself? Or right, where are you at with your readings? I'm a basic. Not real. Well, yeah. No, I will not. I will not support that comment. I don't think you are basic. A basic daddy. You hate doing it for yourself. I really enjoy doing it for family and friends. Yeah, I mean, some people don't read for themselves. Usually they will just do readings for others, but it's so yeah, you're not alone in that. But I do think that part of the joy of tarot is that you can also read for yourself. What is it that you don't like reading about yourself? Is it that you have to? Is it because sometimes is it because your worst critic comes out? I know for some of it, that's for me, and working around that is probably one of the biggest challenges for reading tarot in multiple different ways. So yeah. Let's see. I've been trying to get my best friend into tarot so he could read for me. I mean, you really can't force it. As much as I would love to try and get more people into it, I can't force them. They have to come to it themselves, and everybody's journey is different, as they say. Um, but it's yeah. I mean, I did it because I don't think if you go to any tarot reader, I think you're gonna hear that their story is that is not because of peer pressure from their friends. You know. I mean, you can write down or take a note of those biases, and that's part of it. It's still something that the images trigger within you, and that is still something that you can question and reflect on. Either way, it's still take advantage of it. You got something out of it. What's worse is when you pull the cards and you get nothing. I'd rather have the BS positive and for it to come out as like, oh, no. That way you can turn back and look at what it is that was off about those readings or whatever. Let's see. So we have the Chariot reverse. What are you doing, Igor? What are you doing? Oh, the Four of Cups. Or the Four of Water. And the Ace of Water. What's going on? And the Four of Water with the moon Cancer. And the Water here, the Ace of Water, the Crucible of Water. And the Ace of Stone at the bottom of the deck. You're ungrounded right now. All this water, it's too wet. It's too wet, it's too dissolved. It's too diluted. It's too moist. I don't know what moisture causes. It causes mold. Okay. I'm kind of joking there, but yeah. But the thing is this is quite a bit of water, and there's a lack of structure right here. What is the emotional turmoil within yourself right now? How have you? What were those ways that you try grounding yourself? This here, the Four of Cups, is definitely that like meditative sit down and let emotions flow over you type of card. But I think that's not necessarily the right way to do it. I think you have to go literally out into the outside and touch some dirt and grass. What would be the right term here? Build a sand castle of some sorts, Yeah, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. That's what the tarot is saying right here. Oh, you started doing your walk in the mornings. Okay. You see, I still do the bad. I did do my walk that night. Yes. But what else? But yeah, you have. But what I do like is this like retreat from to show Luis an example of like building a story from these cards. So with the first card here, the Chariot, what she points out here is that nature here is all tamed, constricted and tamed and controlled in this card. It's in potted plants and in gardens that are manicured by people to kind of decorate the city here. Then we have a man here sitting in the water, in this forest, looking at this pool here, laying down right here. He's right here. He's very small, and he's looking at this autumnal foliage here, but in the distance you see there's clear blue water over there. But he's refusing to go to the water. He's staying here in his little secluded area. But there's an opportunity there for something better and greater. He's not reaching for it. But it's probably farther away from civilization. And so here, the Ace of Cups is pure, raw, watery energy. And so we're getting farther and farther away from civilization and tuning into something primal or primordial here, into the heart of, well, not only the forest and the wilds, but also the water itself, and I guess Igor's emotional center as well. And once you go to that ace, to the source, you can find an easier shift into a different direction, I think, with it, and that's where we get the Ace of Stones. The Ace of Stones is kind of overlooked here. So yeah. Absolutely. I haven't found any meditation at all that works for me because I haven't tried. I just don't have the patience to sit down and do that. Sure, Luis, I could do a general reading for you. Let's see. What am I going to use? What will I use? What will I wear? What can I use? And you don't have a particular question or anything like that, Luis? I think for me, I need to find a meditation that can help me, as I feel I need to help settle my brain. It gets too overactive sometimes, and I tend to overthink. See, that's me, but I can't just stop and settle and be in my mind space to meditate when I get like that, when I get too much into my head, because that just makes me dig deeper into my head, and it's when I get when it's overthinking, the less I need to do is actually think. I think I need to actually do something else other than that. I mean, it's up to you, Luis. I can do the general. I can do the general as much as I complain about them. But if you have a specific question and you want it answered, yeah, sure, But it's up to you. You are the client here. And I'm busting out the Marielle for you, so you're getting something. You're gonna get something crazy here. Well, not something crazy. Usually the Marielle can be very... You'll see. Let's see. And also, if I want to go more into mediumship, to me it feels like I need that sense of calmness in my head. Yeah, that. Trying to find that calmness of the mind. For me, I don't think sitting down and meditating in a headspace isn't gonna help, I feel. I don't know. Maybe it will, and I'm just like second guessing or downing it, and I shouldn't be. No idea. Let's see. I'm going for an important exam next month. To actually get a job in the government, but I'm having a hard time studying for it. So the specific question is, how will I do in that exam? Well, if you're having trouble studying, what's the? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how the Marielle reacts to this. How it interplays with this question. I'm gonna do a Celtic cross for you. But I may have to take down your comment, not on the chat, but from on the little down here, because it takes up a lot of space from the reading space, and you won't be able to see all the cards. And also, I shuffle too much. This is my biggest flaw with my readings. I shuffle too much. So like 50% of my live streams are just me shuffling. Let's see. I'm studying, but I wish I could do more hours per day, and I'm actually being able to. Anxiety, laziness, lack of focus. Let me guess. That phone is taking up that time, right? I'm trying to stay away from my phone, but I could do a better job of staying away from it, you know. So, but I'm like, it's difficult. I'll randomly get in these bouts of like, I'm not gonna look at my phone at all, and I'll just read a book or something, you know. But yeah, we have the 7 of discs here, and this here is called what is it? Storms Where He Walks. I think that's what it is, or Thunder Where He Walks is what it's called. We see the eclipse. It's in the, I believe it's the Demiurge as well. This is a very, again, powerful card here. And here it's the charioteer. It is the person who drives the chariot and is able to manage the different forces within not only themselves, but as it also reflects into the universe outside, and harnessing those forces to make everything work together. Here, I think here with the 7 of discs reverse, we have an issue of trying to get things in the right order for things to work out and pan out how you want them to work with what you want. Again, I feel like it's definitely for me personally as well, I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, but I am not 100% diagnosed on that, so like take that with a grain of salt. But when it comes to having issues with focusing and wanting to have everything ready so I can just sit down and focus and do what I want, it's like, no, you kind of just have to let things be incomplete in the background and just ignore them and just focus on what it is. I find that it's like when I want to focus on something and I hyperfixate on something, I will look forward to it, and I will just be like, and I'll reframe everything in the way that it's like, I just got to get through this so that I can then go do this thing that I want to do, you know. So the 7 of discs, like a lot of different things, juggling different things to kind of keep it in order so that you can do stuff here. It's too much on your plate. What's blocking you? What's crossing you? Hello, Victoria. The Hierophant. What teachers, or do you have a tutor? Do you have someone that can help you with your study guide that's gone through this test, this exam or something? The Hierophant, or maybe it's the mere fact that you can't have a teacher to help you study and give you like a study guide for it. Perhaps you don't have one. Do you need a study guide? This is the Hierophant. I like the Hierophant here for this response to the 7 of discs. What supports you? The Hanged Man. Don't really have a tutor, right? I'm like, and like for an exam for a job, I'm like, who really goes that far, you know, for for just an exam you're gonna take for to see if you get this job. But the Hanged Man, here it's that inactivity. When are those moments when you aren't doing anything? Excluding sleep. You need sleep. Sleep is what's gonna help you study as well. What are those free times that you're not really doing anything else? Again, i.e., looking at the phone. You know, when you see yourself looking at the phone, it's like, let's maybe put it down and do something else. But the Hanged Man, again, it's that it could be also like what Igor was saying, minding, settling the mind and calming oneself down as well. It's about like taking a step back even and being like, okay, hold on. Let's take a minute here. Let's regroup ourselves and then let's continue. What's fading out? What's in the past? We have the 10 of discs. This is interesting. We're getting very earthy cards here. We have 10 of discs, who is the horseman of the apocalypse. That is for, I believe, famine. I think I can't remember who it is in particular, but he has the scales and he weighs everything. What was that? My mom sent me. Thank you. I know she said she slipped something under my door. We have the 10 of discs. Oh, here's getting plugged. That's that financial security as well. Hello, Kelsey Wells. So, Luis, is this? Why is it that you are getting this job? Is this a new job? Is it a promotion? Right? Let me see. For an important exam next month, is to actually get a job in the government. I've been having a hard time studying for it. Okay, so again, like I said, is this a job you've already? No. Is this a job that that you need? Another thing. How long-lasting is this? Because the 10 of discs is that card that focuses on the multi-generational. So this is kind of like the card of like, oh, where do I see myself as an old person with my descendants going on into the future, you know? Me too, Louis. Me too. Unemployed. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a huge change though, but it seems that yeah, I wish this was kind of, I wish this was over here, you know, rather than over here. But yeah, we'll see. Well, I guess if it's the, I have to check if this is the horseman of famine and, you know, all that. Then he may be like, this is fading out and it's time for something new to come in. But crowns you is justice. Justice has, this is the second time justice comes up in these cards, in these readings. So yeah, it's the only thing that you can respect it is that, you know what, yeah, that's fair. There's a sense of fairness I think I'm latching onto with justice, and it's like, you studied as hard as you could, you pass, you fail. Here's the thing, can you take the test again? Can you try again if you don't get the exam, if you don't pass the exam? That's another thing. Let's see. Then you have the 2 of discs. Okay, so here we're having the end of something. The 2 is definitely near. It may offer a new opportunity for you. It may not be the job that you're applying to, but it may illuminate some new opportunity or perspective that you're like, oh, maybe I can try this actually. You know, it's sort of like that. So where you're currently at, the Knight of Cups, again, kind of lines up with the Hanged Man here, the Knight of Cups here with that watery, introspective, inner-looking, navel-gazing, perhaps? Why is that word coming up? Anyways, oh, another knight. The Knight of Discs. We're sticking with it. This is your surrounding environment. This is definitely, you might be a little bit stubborn on something. What are you, there's this like, again, what are you sitting around waiting for? What are you just wanting to just hope to happen? You know, you have, what I like about the Knight of Discs is that you have everything you need. You know where you need to study. You know what's going to work for you. But what you need to do is to settle yourself in the right environment. Hopes and fears, the Six of Cups. Huh. Again, something, I feel like it's maybe indicating something from the past. It's rising up again. There's this, again, how I always see the Six of Cups is something deep within rising up, you know. I do have certain resources available both for studying and sustaining. That's good. That's good, at least. You know, that you should at least find solace and relaxation and relief in that. But here, what is it that you fear rising up emotionally to you? What is it that you fear, or maybe that you hope for? You hope for something that's gonna like finally click and rise up inside you. It's like you can't wait around for it. You gotta be proactive in it, you know? And the outcome, I don't like this. Seeing how like almost all the cards are right side up except for the Seven of Discs, now we're getting a different seven, the Seven of Cups. You gotta get that. You gotta get the dark horse in contained here. The Seven of Cups is the dark wolf, or the black horse in the Chariot, and that's usually the side that wants to go have fun, that wants to go fuck around and, you know, just waste time and falls for the carnal pleasures in life, and rather than the bigger picture things that are going to be better for yourself, you know. It's not very goal oriented. The Seven of Cups just runs off of vibes at this point. You don't really want that. You kind of want to avoid this, you know. I think there's something emotionally getting in the way of yourself here. Something emotional is troubling you, and I can relate. if that's resonating with you, I'm like, and I may just be projecting, but it happens. Bottom of the deck, the Page of Cups again. The Page of Cups all the time here. And the Page of Cups here, it's that opportunity. Yeah, don't again, I say it. Rewind. The Page of Cups, I view it almost like a little Two of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith. You see these ships sailing off. You see this person here with this fish tattoo on their back looking at the ships, and I don't know, maybe they're waiting for someone to get off the ships, or is maybe boarding one themselves, but there's something of sailing off into something else. That new opportunity may rise up again. And yeah, so if you don't pass this test, is it going to be the end of the world? Again, that Two of Discs with the future is like, it may actually, going back to the Two of Discs. I was about to go off on something else, but the Two of Discs is that, again, that seeing into the future and seeing a new opportunity and seeing a new chance. But we also see the silver coin here. That what I just said about seeing into the future and seeing something for you, that some better development, that would be the gold coin. The silver coin is looking back, is looking into the past, seeing old habits, and the Ten of Discs being that past, and it being the wheel of Earth. You know, all the tens are wheels in this deck. They're viewed as wheels. And the Hanged Man and the Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups, something welling up, something from the past that you probably thought you pushed down and you repressed, coming back up and getting in the way. We don't want that. Yeah, it would make me financially independent. Yeah, that's what we all looking for. Where's Brittany? Brittany left the chat, but she knows. She gets it. Yeah, that's kind of that's the main reasons why people are working, you know? What is it? What brings you to this job? I need a paycheck. That's what brings me to this job, Brenda. Okay? So yeah, I think it's and it may be a fear of falling back into old habits, you know, or you feel that you're just going to end up back where you started. And that's what may be tripping you up with your studies. I think I think the biggest key here is finding a teacher, finding a good advisor to guide you with this, with studying. It may not even be an actual tutor, but it may be someone, like, I think there's videos online or series or people online that will say, like, oh, here's my tips and tricks on how to study for an exam or whatever. I should look into that. I'm gonna look into that. This job would be the first step into something much bigger. Then I would say focus on the first step and just ignore the bigger things out there at the moment. Just focus on first the exam and the first step. And then you can think of the what's much bigger out there, because again, you're the Knight of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Seven of Discs is this, like, too much. You're too much waiting for, like, the perfect thing. I think maybe we'll see. But anyways. So yeah, I think that's all I got so far. And I may cut this live stream short. No, wait a second. I got two more people here. I got Kelsey Wells and Victoria, and I can do readings for you guys as well. You're welcome, Louise, and good luck with the tarot studies. I could direct you to some resources, but I'm not sure. The moment. I'll do a video on it. I'll do a video on beginner resources. Do a beginner tarot video series on it. I've been meaning to do it, and I'm like, you know what? I need to get back to just uploading and not just live streaming all the time. I actually want to upload. So yeah, and I'll do book recommendations and deck recommendations and online resources. So yeah. Anyways, let's see. Oh, hello, Kelsey. I like those little hearts. How cute. Kelsey, let's see. Kelsey wants to know, may I know what is coming towards me in love next year? Let's see. Why next year? Why not this year? It's cuffing season. This is the season. Tis the season. Why next year? What's going on this year that's keeping you from, you know, what from that? You know, why next year? You're like, it's just not in my planner. She said, it's not in the books. It's not till next quarter. Old business is old business and new business is new business, and we don't do we don't talk about new business until next quarter. Next quarter, dude. If you guys know what I'm quoting, I'm like, it's a great movie, right? Let's see. So busy with life because of uni and stuff. Girl, focus on your own. I'm just saying. Life has a funny way of being like, oh, you thought? Oh, you thought? You know? I want to start dating again after I graduate, and I start my job perhaps September next year. Okay. Okay. You seem to have your stuff very compartmentalized. I can respect that. But, like I said, life likes to throw a curveball at you every once in a while, and that's the next thing you know, you're going out on a date with someone tomorrow or something. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, this right now is cuffing season. September, October, November. End of the year is cuffing season. It's cold, people want to snuggle up. Hold on, my throat is super itchy. I gotta scratch it. Hold on. It's a sound you guys do not need to hear. Okay, much better. You know what? I respect that you have that control over it. Again, I'm like, if I was that meticulous with how I was dating, I would not have met. I would not have gotten into a relationship with my boyfriend. So, should I have found a job before starting to date and go out? Maybe. But you know what? I'm happy with where I'm at. AKA, I'm happy with it. But anyways, let's see. Sorry for the yawning. September next year seems like a great time to start dating again. We'll see. Let's see what the cards say. Because again, when you say next year, I think, oh, well, January. January's next year. So it's February. But you're over here, September next year. I'm like, girl, what? Oh, you mean like next year? Like an actual year later. Oh. Well, I rarely do jumpers. Mostly because I just feel like I'm that good of a shuffler that I don't have to worry about jumpers. Except for when they fall face up. We're gonna leave her up here. I don't like that. I don't like it. But I think with dating and finding love, I think you're gonna have those moments of the Three of Swords, of heartache and sorrow, and not like actual like if you're like don't take me saying this as like, oh, he's an asshole and he treats you like shit. That's fine. Everybody goes. No, that's not what I'm saying. There's gonna be arguments. There's gonna be disagreements. There's gonna be triggers as well. No, girl, don't take it like that. Don't take it like that. That's not what I'm saying. Hold on, girl. Give me a minute. I'm not done yet. Already, you're all ready to count it out. And I haven't even pulled the actual cards. Damn. Oh, I guess girl. Stand up. Here's the thing. Here's a real question. Do you really want love in a relationship next year? Because if you don't want it, it's sort of like when we order food. When my mom calls and she's like, hey, I'm gonna pick up dinner. What do you want? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm not in the mood for anything. And she's like, yeah, I don't know either. Nothing sounds appealing to me. And then we just say, you know what? How about we just do this? And we just go and do it, and we settle for it, and then it's disappointing. The most disappointing, whack-ass meal we've ever had. You know, so you have to actually want it. Let's see. I miss the affection and emotional stability with someone. Here's the thing. I don't think you find emotional stability within yourself. I think what you're looking for is more emotional support. I think you mean emotional support, not emotional stability. I'm like, don't find emotional stability with someone else, because trust, if I wanted emotional stability, I would not be in a relationship. You know? Does that make sense? You want that emotional, right? Or is that codependency? Wait, am I codependent? Anyways. There's a small void in my heart my friendships can't seem to fulfill. Yeah. I'm like, friendships can only go so far. And yeah, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. But there's something here. Yeah, there's something here. You really got to. What do we got to do here? Help us out here. So first, we got the moon reversed. Here we have the story of Celine and I don't know who this guy is, but they fall in love with each other, and he dies or something, or he's about to die, and so she begs the gods to save his life, and so they instead put him into an eternal slumber, so that he doesn't die, but he's just asleep all the time, and so here she is watching over him. No. Here's what I'm saying. We'll get to it. We have the Two of Cups here reversed. So it shows that you may get a relationship, but maybe not what you expected it to be. Again, you're like, from your messages in here, I'm getting a lot of like planning shit out. And I'm like, you can't plan shit out and expect that person to plan accordingly with you, because guess what? They also have their own plans, you know? And when you fall in love with someone, those plans are going to get changed and altered, you know? And that's where you that's where the Fool, the abandonment happens, you know? What are you leaving behind? Are you sticking to that plan? Or are you abandoning it for a different plan? Not like a total different thing. It's just an adjustment to the plans, you know? So here we have Orpheus after he's just lost Eurydice. I gotta find a man first. That's true. And so I think it's gonna say you're gonna find a relationship. You're gonna find a man to love, and you're gonna have in a relationship, but it will end. Okay, that's the thing. Are you prepared for relationship? Are you prepared for a relationship to end? Which is what also the Three of Swords is saying. Eventually things come to an end. And that, again, and another change in the plan happens, you know? Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. What were you saying? You have a small void in your heart that friendship can't seem to fulfill. Well, what if you find this person and you do love them, but they still don't fill that specific void in your heart? Oh, you can't? You don't think you can handle another girl? What? What makes you say that? You're still here. You're still standing. There's other people. You have your looks. You know? Like, what do you say? You can't go through another breakup. Yeah, no, breakups aren't fun. But here's the thing. They're kind of a thing that you gotta take a risk in to getting a relationship. Ooh, it took a big hit to my self-esteem. That you gotta work with the Ace of Cups. That's all. I think that kind of makes sense with the moon here in the past. And yeah, I think Yes, Arcana 7, yes. I'm just kidding, no, no. But yes, but no. But yes, but no. My brain thinks that every guy is gonna leave me anyways, so I start sabotaging it. Well, here's the thing, you gotta work through that. It's have you brought this up with a therapist? I recommend. I highly recommend. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Because again, I think, yeah, when it comes to relationships, I think sometimes we are our own worst enemies and we expect the worst. I know I did, and I still do. And I still brace for, like, you know what, it's gonna end. Or you know what, it's gonna end. And it brings into the next question of where's the boundary line of, oh, this is over and I gotta stop, and this is where we gotta get out, you know? I think, yeah, I'm like, you can't afford a therapist without a job. Yeah, get a job, then get a therapist, then start looking for love. I think we're stepping, I think, yeah, was finding a therapist part of your plan for next year or this year? You got it this year. Seasonal depression, it happens. This is the time when it starts up. I think that's what it is. You got to plan for the therapeutic, for the therapy for dealing with the trauma. Relationships are trauma. Step 3, no idea. Step 4, profit. Girl, listen, life isn't all about getting profit. But in the capitalist society that we live in, I guess we have to. I guess we gotta, like, lock in that way. I'm like, I see my phone. I was like, I thought I got an important notification. I did not. So anyways, there you go. There you go, Kelsey Wells. I wish I had brighter cards for you, but hey, at least it did show that there will be a relationship and a love. You know what? It may not, and the Two of Cups reverse is that card of, like, is that twist on the two, is that of that bond of you're gonna get a relationship, but it's not gonna be as expected. If it's toxic, please, I hope you can recognize that it will be, that it is, and you know, you can get out of it, you know. I know, sorry, Kelsey, but you know what? Listen, Kelsey. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I said to other people as well. This is not set in stone. This is not guaranteed. If you ask me again in January, you're gonna get a different response because you're gonna be at a different place and time is moving forward, and it's so liquid. Like I said, next year, what are we talking about? January or March or September? That's far away. What if another pandemic happens, you know? Or what if the economy shifts in a way that changes shit? You know, I don't know. What if inflation goes even higher? What, you know? Also, an election. What if, oh gosh, what if the Republicans win? Oh gosh, no, let's not get into that. But it's a lot, you know? Yeah, what if, I will not speak his name, because but I will say, I feel positive about this election in the sense that I don't think Donald Trump will win. But the mere fact that he's still running and has the possibility of winning, that's what's concerning. I'm like, why are we doing this again? Anyways, but keep that in mind, Kelsey. Don't focus on your job. Like you said, you're still gonna work on your work and your job. It's just, life will throw things at you that you're not good at. You're just, again, I have the mindset of, you know, I don't plan too far ahead in the future, you know. Maybe life would go better for me if I did, but I don't. I just know the unpredictability of life, where it's like, oh, what's your 5-year plan? I'm like, do you know how much happens within a year alone? Like, you know, but I think I other than the relationship side, I don't see anything bad. That being said, you didn't ask me. But yeah, you're welcome, Kelsey. Yeah, I didn't mean to like bring down the mood with all those cards. But those are really like, ooh, those are rough. Those were rough. But I like that the Ace of Cups was there though. It's like don't. I think the Ace of Cups is saying don't give up hope. You may not be noticing it, but it's there. That fount of love that is within everyone is also within you, and I think it's also saying, you know, oh, you're careful of who comes to drink from that water or bathe in your bath. You know, it is. What is it? Did I shuffle this deck? I did. I shuffled it, but it's the bath of Venus or Aphrodite in taking a bath, and it's like, well, you in this example here, you are Venus in your bath. Are you just gonna let some chump bathe in your water? No. You need your Adonis. You need your Aries, your Mars. That's gonna, and not like astrological. I'm not talking astrologically. I'm talking about like, you know, Venus loves Aries and Mars, but also she's married to Hephaestus. Who's your Hephaestus? You know? Well, no, because Aphrodite always cheats on Hephaestus with Aries, Mars, you know? So yeah. Anyways. Let's see. Yeah. What else? Who else wants a reading? Is there anyone else that would like a reading? Or should I call it a night and go live again tomorrow? No, maybe no. Yeah, I will be. Wait, what? Yes, I will. My ears are weirdly plugged. Oh, that's right, Victoria. Let's see. Is it the same question, right? What message comes out from my energy? What is that supposed to mean? This is an interesting question. I've never heard it this way. What message comes out from my energy? I like it. But I don't know how to approach it. What deck to use? In other words, what deck should I use? I think Marielle, right? I think we'll do Marielle. I think we're going to do the Marielle. Let's see. What message comes out from Victoria's energy? Let's see. Six of Swords. The Knight of Swords. And, ooh! The Devil. bottom of the deck, 7 of discs, just like Luis. So, Victoria, the message that comes out of you is the devil may be concerning, but don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I think it's more so guidance and advice to, work through what the devil represents, of those temptations of things that you want to do and that may feel good, but not necessarily good for your soul, So the 6 of Swords here is guidance and protection, and also, again, communication. Like the Mercury here, Hermes, is the messenger god, but here it's a card of healing and medicine as well. Here's getting clunked. Okay. And so here we also see these children and their pet being guided over this bridge, and so it seems to be saying that the advice is there, but it's maybe misguided, misguiding the energy. Maybe I'm misreading these. Maybe. We have the Knight of Swords. This is where I see protection coming through. This warrior riding the Owl of Wisdom, and wielding these 2 swords, and wearing the lion mask, this brave, courageous lion. Also kind of scary. And I think usually people wore those intimidating masks in terms of rituals and ceremonies as like a way to scare away evil spirits, So again, there's this misguided advice, but also protection and defensiveness as well. If only my camera will focus on. Come on, focus. No? Maybe it's the glare. I don't know. Everything's all blurry now, I'm sorry. So yeah, but the devil here, you see, it's related to a build-up. And then eventually things will be released. Mostly because you're holding on to things, and so far, the more you hold on to, the more things are going to build up, and the bigger the eruption, I guess. Then you have the 7 of Discs reversed. And so the 7 of Discs is, again, that, as I said to Luis in an earlier reading, that it's that trying to gather all these different moving parts to move in sync with what you want. And so it's that may not necessarily be happening or working out for you at the moment, because that's not being reversed. And also at the bottom of the deck, you're kind of letting things kind of buzz around and move around, and nothing's too concrete. Now, of course, you don't want to over control, but you do want to at least have some predictability in life, So yeah, I don't know if that made any sense, but yeah, I'm gonna say that's all I got. I'm like, but very interesting. The question though, what message comes out from my energy? I'll have to keep that in mind. Maybe I'll ask that. I'm gonna ask the tarot that in terms of myself now. I'm like, what message comes out of my energy? Anyways, yeah, it made sense for sure. Okay, good. Okay, I'm like, because sometimes I can go off on things, and sometimes I'm like saying things. I'm like, is this even cohesive? Is this even making sense? If 2 + 2 is 4, and 5 + 5 is 10, what the hell is it? I go that way sometimes I go on spiels with readings, and sometimes it just don't make sense to the querent. I'm like, oh gosh, I feel like I wasted all this time talking and nothing made sense in the end. So yeah. So anyways, there you go, Victoria. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see what else. I think we're gonna call it a night there. I'm gonna look at this thing that my mom slipped under my door. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I am for sure, this is the second time someone's already, or multiple times people have talked about it, and I don't think I've ever done a beginner tarot series. So I think I'm going to start working on that. I think I'm going to, because it's a thing that I kind of talk about all the time, but I don't ever actually have a consolidated playlist on my channel and video series on my channel that I can point people to advise them. So yeah, anyways, it was nice hearing from someone who has never read with no context. I mean, the how you worded the question was also really nice, Victoria. I was like, that's great. Other than like general reading, I'm like, versus like, what is the message that's coming from my energy? Like that just like visually, it just worked. You helped partially because of how you worded the question and the question that you asked. But I know it's also a lot of work. The biggest hurdle for me is editing and script writing and staying focused on and taking things step by step as they should be to help guide people along to the right, how to go along, but also to keep it fun. I guess it is a lot of work, but no, honestly, I just turn on the camera and I hit record and I say, let's go, and I don't stop. I take one take. So yeah. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you all tomorrow in the next live stream, perhaps. So yeah, I think that's it. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.